Welcome to BookHuddle. I'm your host, Karen Reeder with Readgab, and today our guest is Jeff Gottesfeld. He wrote this just beautiful picture book called Honor Flight, and I can't wait to get into it. But of course, I like to first give our authors a chance to introduce themselves. Jeff, tell us about you.
Oh, well, I grew up in Teaneck, New Jersey. I visited at 46 out of the 50 states. I
Nice.
went to school in Maine, lived in Tennessee, lived in Utah, Los Angeles. So, three things about me that you wouldn't guess. One is I'm a
Oh, nice.
serious vegetable gardener. Secondly, I've probably been in the gym more days than not for the last 40 plus years.
Good for you.
And I'm an excellent fisherman. Excellent.
Nice.
Both freshwater, saltwater, fly fishing, spinning, you name it.
All the
I
fishing,
love to
deep water,
fish.
everything.
Love to
Oh,
fish.
excellent. Yeah, my dad loves to fish. I've tried a few times. We'll take my kids and once a year, and that's about it. Tell us a unique vegetable that you've grown that maybe is not the standard that everybody eats.
Oh, that's a great question. I grow various kinds of eggplants.
Nice.
Not just the big purple ones
Right,
that you
right.
see in the vet, but ones that are sort of light purple and white, and Chinese ones and Japanese ones. We are big eggplant eaters, and so is the rest of our neighborhood at this point.
Nice. That's me. Yes, they benefit from your growing, I bet. I bet. All right, for our author icebreaker, we're going to do the Magic Tree House, which of course they travel through space and time in a tree house, which is just so fantastic. But they've got to open a book to say where they're going to go, when and where in time. When and where would you go, Jeff?
Oh, this is super fun. So I would go to the date would be May 7, 1824.
Okay,
And I would go to Vienna, and I'd go
Vienna.
to a certain concert hall in Vienna
Okay.
for the world premiere of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, for
Wow.
which he was deaf at this point,
Okay.
but he was on stage while it was being conducted, and the conductor had to turn him around to face the audience at the end so that he could see the astonishing
Oh,
reception that this groundbreaking piece of music had.
oh, wouldn't that just
That,
be so
that would be it.
emotional? Wow. That would be powerful to just see it and feel it. Like there's just something so much more powerful to being in person and
Oh,
hearing something.
this is like one of the most important pieces of music in history, right?
Right.
So that would
Right.
be great
Oh,
to see them premiere.
wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Tell us about this book, Honor Flight. What is it about?
So Honor Flight is about a remarkable volunteer program that, in short, flies our aging veterans from all over the country
Right.
on so-called honor flights
Nice.
from wherever they live to Washington, D.C. for a day or 2 days, and sometimes even 3 days,
Nice.
if you're coming from California, so that these veterans can see the monuments that they
Nice.
probably never had a chance to see.
Right.
Then they come home to the homecoming that they may never have received. Uh,
Right.
so these are veterans. There's a few left from World War II.
Nice.
There's a few from Korea. The vast majority are from the Vietnam era.
Right.
And this program started in 2005. Like
Mhm.
like all things that I love, it's just started with a couple of people doing something,
Right.
and it with no intention of becoming anything massive, and it has turned into something massive. So far, 300,000 veterans have taken honor flights, and every veteran has a guardian. I've been a guardian on an honor flight, and so has Matt Tavares, the illustrator of the book.
Oh, wow, that's so neat. Both you and Matt have done that. Oh
Yes,
my
both of
gosh.
us.
That is amazing. I actually just recently interviewed Matt about his books, Dasher and his new one, Dasher and the Polar Bear.
Yeah, well,
And
I'm the
so
luckiest
that
author in the world to have
yeah, that is so cool that you've both done it.
we've
So
both done
so
this.
tell us about the experience. First of all, how did you get on with this to be a guard?
Um, So it's kind of a weird story because I did not serve in the American military,
Okay.
And my attitude about the military when I was in my teens and 20s, growing up in the New York metropolitan area in a very
Right.
liberal community,
Okay.
my attitude was skeptical to disdainful at best.
Oh,
And that, that changed as I got older.
right.
In 2016, I got the idea to write this book, which is 21 Steps.
Okay.
See it clearly.
I know. I don't know why it's blurring the picture.
That's
Mine
it.
was too.
That's all right. So
21
21 Steps
steps.
is there.
Is that the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier?
That's a book
Is that
about the tomb of the unknown soldier and the tomb guards who guard it 24 hours a day and have been doing so since 1932, if I'm not mistaken.
nice?
And writing this book and speaking about this book opened me to a whole world.
Nice.
And in living in that world and speaking in veterans groups and speaking to military kids, I learned about the Honor Flight program.
Nice.
And I like right away, I knew this was a great
Sign
subject
me
for
up.
right away.
Nice. Oh, that's so neat. Can you tell us maybe a little personal experience or story with your own being a guardian of
Yeah,
person with a
absolutely.
veteran?
So I was a guardian on an honor flight called Honor Flight Central California Coast,
Nice.
out of a community called Santa Maria, California, which
Okay.
has an airport big enough to handle a transcontinental jet.
Okay.
And I I think it began when the organizers of this honor flight Matt and I wanted me to sign like copies of 21 Steps
Nice.
for a giveaway. Like at the end of the honor flight experience, every vet would get this. And I was like, of course I'd like to do this. Can I come along? They're
Nice.
like, great. So I became a guardian. I was a guardian to an 82-year-old at the time Vietnam era veteran named
Wow.
Dave McGinley, who was from Oxnard, California.
Nice.
Dave and I could not have been more different from each other. I don't know that Dave finished high school. I'm
Wow.
ridiculously overeducated. Dave was a truck driver. I'm a writer. And I'm telling you, over the course of these 3 days that we were together, we got to know each other and be friends and still
Nice.
friends. And so the super cool experience is I was a guardian on this flight, and we were going to do this book giveaway.
Yes.
No one knew who I was, and I didn't share who I was.
Right.
So I was just another guardian
Right.
through this thing. So at the final dinner in DC, they called me up and I was able to give these books to each vet individually. So
Nice.
that was like crazy, like how
That's
cool
neat.
that was.
Oh, that is so neat. Have you sent your vet the honor flight book now?
I did. I did. And actually he's immortalized. There's a page in the book which is for mail call,
Uh-huh.
which happens on the flights
Yes.
as they are coming home, and various vets' names are called out, and his name is called out.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I love that. This is just goosebumps all over throughout
Ah,
this interview. So was your illustrator Matt, was he also on that same flight?
he wasn't, but he has a really interesting connection to this
Uh-huh.
because his uncle Gil
Mm-hmm.
was a Vietnam veteran.
Oh, right.
And when I decided I was going to use an unnamed veteran as
Yes.
my narrator for this book. Um, Matt made Uncle Gil his model.
Oh, that's neat.
And then Matt and Uncle Gil went to DC on an honor flight together.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. I I'm excited about this. I'm excited for this video to go up with Veterans Day coming up. So let's talk kids and veterans. Why do you think it's important for kids to know about veterans?
So, a couple of reasons. I mean, one is that we are lucky enough in America to not have a military draft.
Yeah.
So most kids are like me, they don't serve.
Yeah.
And if you don't have firsthand experience with something like military service, where in a way your life is not your own, I mean, the chances are you're going to be
Right.
fine, but you do
Right.
what the country tells you to
Right.
do. and sometimes crises happen, and it's not easy for anybody. This book gives an opportunity for children to understand the lives of vets
Yeah.
and how they served. And then secondly, I'm hoping that we can continue what I see as a positive trend,
Right.
which is a feeling of gratitude for
Yeah.
those who served. At the end of World War II, vets came home from Japan and from the Pacific and Europe. They came home slowly, and there were giant homecoming parades. And Korea, sort of the lost conflict, same thing. And Vietnam, vets will tell you that they were spit at
Oh my
some
gosh.
because of the unpopularity of that
Oh my
war.
gosh. Can
Well,
you imagine?
I can tell you that an honor flight homecoming is not that. Uh,
Yeah,
it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever participated in.
that's
There
neat.
were maybe 1,000 people in Santa Maria, California, for the welcome home that I was part of, and it's really a thing, and it's gorgeous.
Oh, that is so, so neat. All right, what about what can teachers, parents, librarians, what can they do to either using your book or other materials? How can we get kids to be aware?
Oh, so here, so there's a I read my book, okay? Read my
Yes.
book. Know at least a little bit about the conflicts that we're talking about, World War II and Korea and Vietnam.
Right.
Know a little bit about the monuments that are in DC to each of those conflicts, and each one is remarkable in its own way. And the other big monuments, Lincoln Memorial and the Iwo Jima Memorial. We went up to Arlington National Cemetery for a changing of the guard. And there's a ton of video
Oh,
about
right.
each of these things. There are videos about honor flights. There are obviously video about changing of the guard. One amazing thing that we feature in this book, and which comes from real life, is that any number of schools
Right.
have raised as a school project the thousand or a couple of $1,000s that it takes to send a guardian and a vet to DC.
Yeah.
And a school can do this. Your school can do
Neat.
this.
Neat.
And maybe even send a teacher or a librarian as the guardian.
All right. Oh, wouldn't that be something? And then to be there afterwards and to send some of the mail and then to be there at the
Yeah, it's
homecoming of the
right.
honor flight.
What I do at the end of the book with so the guardian for my unnamed vet is a teacher,
Yes.
and his class does the letters for some of mail call, and they come home and meet the class at the homecoming. Um, this came from real life.
Right. Oh, oh, that is so beautiful. I love it. All right. When was that your first time to ever go to DC?
No.
Okay. So you've seen the
Yeah,
monuments more than once.
yes, I had
Yes.
seen the monuments. I had been there as a boy, and then in conjunction with 21 Steps, I went several
Oh,
times.
good. Oh, good. Yeah. Had you ever seen the cannons? My brother once came when we were living in the DC suburbs, and he was like, "Wow, they did this whole cannon thing." And I was like, "They don't usually do that."
No,
That's
I haven't.
my
I've
children.
seen
I don't
I've
know.
seen
I don't
funerals
even
in
know
Arlington.
why,
Yeah, why
but
they were blowing them off that day, right?
yeah. Oh, so tell us your favorite monument. What's a monument that's you can share why it's meaningful? Maybe not. That's hard to say. It's like when I ask your favorite book. A favorite monument and why?
My favorite monument is the World War II
Yeah.
memorial.
Yeah.
I talk about it in Honor Flight as recalling a time of shared purpose.
Yes.
The monument is circular, and to me, that indicates that conflict circled the globe, but
Beautiful.
also it encompassed all of us.
Yeah.
And we're a different country than we were in 1939 to 41 to 45. But that sense of shared purpose and
Right.
shared commitment toward a single goal, it's rare.
Yeah.
It's important. and it's humbling as well. And I found the World War II monument just humbling. It's vast
Yeah.
also, and just remarkable.
Yeah, I've been many times because, like I said, I lived in the DC suburbs, and then we lived a couple hours south later. And my husband's an early American historian, and we would take our kids there regularly. And the youngest is 5 now, so she won't remember anything. So we definitely will get back again. But I feel like beforehand, we need to read books like this because just for me, even this is making it so much more meaningful. And there was a sense of reverence for me that I've
Yeah,
seen it during the day, I've seen it crowded, I've seen it when there's almost nobody there, I've seen it at night when it's gorgeous with lights lit up. And always, there's just this, even when my kids are just exhausting because I've taken them as little kids, there's
sure.
always just this sense of, wow. Oh my gosh. But having read this, I just picture reading it to my kids beforehand and seeing, where the soldier is standing at the Vietnam Memorial and
Right.
just seeing them, it's so much more powerful. Like
So
I can just I don't know. I'm like, I've got to make it more meaningful for my kids next time I take them. And I think this book is going to be a great way. And that 21 steps. Oh, wow.
if you time it correctly,
Uh-huh.
you can look at the Honor Flight Network website.
Oh,
And I think that will tell you
when
when
somebody will be
honor
there.
flights are coming into DC.
Oh,
It's
wow. That'll be so
typically
nice.
spring, it's typically spring and fall.
Okay.
And if you time it right, you can be at the Vietnam Memorial or the Lincoln Memorial at the same time that an honor flight is coming.
Oh, oh,
And
that would be
there's
something.
there's there's nothing like it.
Oh my gosh, that would be something. And yes, spring and fall are the times to go to DC.
Yes.
Right? And when the kids are not at on spring break. One time we went up from Central Virginia and I was like, no, I need to check and make sure Washington DC is not on spring break when I go.
Yeah, it gets busy, which is a good thing, right?
Yes, I am
I'm
so
I'm in
glad that
favor of
so many
that.
people go. That
Yeah.
is a good point. I am glad. I just don't want to be there at the same time, but I am glad that it is a popular place. It's beautiful and gorgeous and amazing. It's one of all of the beautiful places I've been around the world. My family travels a lot. It is one of the best kept too, like the museums and the streets, and it's just clean and wonderful. But
It is. It's really it's special. I just feel humbled every time I go there.
yeah, yeah. So, was 21 Steps the first book that you wrote that was about the military and monuments?
Yes, it's the first, but clearly not the last, right?
Right.
So that was the first one,
Okay.
and that book came about. I don't think I would have thought to write it, except I had gotten into the habit of visiting national cemeteries on Memorial Day, and
Ah,
I was in the National Cemetery here in Los Angeles, and
nice.
that's where the idea for this book came to me. So then there's Honor Flight. I have a book that's coming next autumn
Nice.
called We All Serve, which is about the special lives of military kids, military brats, whose parents are full-time in some branch of the armed services.
Right.
They look like other kids, but their lives are not like other
Oh
kids.
my gosh.
Not at all like other kids.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I have.
I've just
So
been
that book
friends with
explains it.
some of them, and I cannot imagine being them.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, you may not have Christmas at Christmas time because mom or
Right.
dad is deployed, right? You may go to nine schools in 9 years, like some of my
Yeah.
friends who are brats. It's a very, very different way to grow up. And
Yeah.
I'm excited about that book because
Neat.
it's like it's an identity thing that's not on the outside. So
Right.
that totally appeals to me.
Nice. 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 So, what is it like working with your illustrator, Matt? He was the one of 21 steps. How did the publisher, I'm guessing, pair you together?
Yeah, Candlewick put us together,
Right.
and we're friends
Nice.
now. We've done events together. And he and his wife and my wife and I we're friends and have dinner together. Um,
Wonderful.
he's he is as devoted to excellence and perfection as any illustrator I've ever encountered. I mean, he wants it perfect. And
Nice.
for a book like 21 Steps, which is all about a standard of perfection,
Nice.
that was crucial.
Right. Right.
And he was looking for perfection in this book as well. And he was super and quite realistic, right? In these illustrations. But he just has a knack for mining emotion without mining emotion. And he does it sideways. He's just so good.
Yeah.
So what he does. I'm lucky.
Can you
I'll
tell
do
us
anything with
about
it.
an image from one of the books when you received it and your reaction to one of the images when you first saw your words put into image?
Yeah. Um, it's an early spread
Nice.
in 21 Steps inside the Capitol Rotunda
Right.
when the first unknown there was lying in state.
Oh,
So
right.
that's in this is like November 9, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10, 2021, 1921. I'm sorry. And he's got all these faces looking down at this casket, and you've got the artwork of the Capitol Rotunda
Right.
is behind, and this just blew me away.
Right. Right.
Just perfect.
Oh, that's incredible. My husband, that's one of his to-do lists is to go up into that rotunda because
Yeah,
apparently it is something else and it's
it
hard
is.
to
Yes,
get
it
there.
is something.
Yes. So, all right. Well, what about, is there something you can share with us that has struck you about a veteran, somebody who has served, one of their stories that you could share a tidbit, or maybe one of their reactions, some words that they shared with you, either in your research or from perspective?
Yeah. So it was this is super cool. So we were at Matt and I, we were at a was a pre-party before some military gathering in DC. I forget what the event was.
Right.
And we were talking with a fellow there
Hmm.
who had been posted in Afghanistan, I think it was. And he was like, this is like a rescue helicopter, like
Uh-huh.
just in charge of rescues of during the Afghan conflict of American soldiers who were behind lines. And he's just telling this as not nonchalantly, as
Right.
matter of factly as I might talk with you right now, you
Right.
know,
As
or
you
your
might talk about
husband, right,
vegetables.
or your husband might talk about early American history,
Right.
or my wife would talk about a psychology case. It
Right.
just like what he did.
Yeah.
And like, wow, right. That's like super. That's really what you're not saying is my life was in danger the whole time I did it.
Right.
And it was. And,
Right.
and he did, and but for the courage and devotion and service of men and women like him and all these servicemen who served in World War II and Korea and Vietnam, different world.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Such a different world. You must have so many sobering experiences
It
having.
is deep, but for someone who didn't serve, it is deeply sobering. That's the right.
Right. Wow. Wow. So, wow. Just thinking about when you became a writer, what were is this the first bit of writing for you, or were these the first children's
Ah,
books? Tell us about your writer journey that led to
Ha!
this
I
and
mean,
how it's
look,
evolved.
I've had a long career
Okay.
doing this, although picture books are only about the last decade for me, so I
Okay.
still
Okay.
feel like a rookie. I started, God, I worked in publishing in the
Nice.
1980s in New York, but
Wow.
completely different kind of publishing.
Right.
And then I wrote teen fiction
Wow.
for quite a while. I was a television writer. I worked on a number of soap operas. I was the associate head writer of The Young and the Restless for a while in 2007, 2008.
Wow.
I wrote at least one adult book under pseudonym. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I wrote a lot of pop fiction. Yeah, you name it. I wrote a movie that got made. I've written some plays.
Wow.
Yeah, I like to write.
Right. Okay, wow. And then eventually children's books came
And
your way.
now and now picture books, and this is really all I want to do
Nice. Just
going
it's
forward. This
just the
is a
way that it makes you feel, or what is it? What interacting with the kids? Tell me one of the reasons that it's like this is it now. I've found my place.
couple of things.
Okay.
One is I feel like I have something to say
Right.
that's of value to elementary age kids.
Nice.
And then secondly, as an artistic challenge, um, it's great to have to figure out how to write short and still make it meaningful.
Right.
Right. Honor Flight, how many
That
words
is a
do we have in the
powerful
book? It's
thing.
like 750 words or
Right.
something,
I appreciated that too, that
right?
not every page, because sometimes these powerful, important books just have like half the page filled with text. And
I
it's
know.
like the kids are going to be so bored. Like I feel like I'm dang good at reading out loud. That's
Yes.
like, I'm like, when they advertise it at school or at libraries, public libraries, and they're like, we need a storyteller, a performer. I'm like, that's me. Like, I'm really good at this. But
Yeah.
sometimes, a page worth of type in a picture book, I can't work with it.
Yeah,
Like
it's yikes. Yeah,
I've got to
it's yikes.
summarize or something.
Right.
It's
So
like,
writing short is it's a challenge.
yeah,
And yet it has to be short. So to
yeah,
me, it feels more like writing poetry
nice. Yeah,
in
that's
some ways than writing text. I also love it because I can't make a mistake, right? I
right.
mean, you write a book, 75,000 words, you write a script, you can have a bad line,
Yes.
you can have a bad chunk of dialogue, you might even have a bad paragraph. In a picture book, can't do that.
Nope.
Like every word has to be the right word.
Yes. Oh, I love it. All right. Can you share with us a favorite children's book?
I will go right back to Charlotte's Web, right?
Yay.
So there's two types of books for me, right? There's the books where I just want to take a red pen to the text and mark it all up. And then there are the books that make me want to quit writing and
Oh.
become a bricklayer. And Charlotte's Web is one of those books that makes me want to quit writing and become a bricklayer
Oh,
because
because of how good it is. I thought you
I
meant
will
this is
never write
trash.
anything as good as that, right?
Wow.
I mean,
Yes. It is beautiful.
it is
Yes.
perfect. It has the perfect opening, right? Where's Papa going with that axe, right? And
Yes.
then it has like the perfect final paragraph that I have had memorized
Oh
probably
my
since the
gosh.
time I read the book.
The true friend, is that what you mean?
Yeah, what is it? Let me see if I can do it, right? Wilbur never forgot Charlotte,
Uh-huh.
even though he loved her children and grandchildren dearly. None of the new spiders ever quite took her place in his heart. She
Nice.
was in a class by herself,
Right. And so
right?
is
Right.
the
It's
book.
not often someone comes along who's both a true friend and a good writer. Charlotte was both.
Yeah.
Voila.
Oh, oh, right. And Charlotte's Web
Perfect.
in its class
Perfect.
of its own. Oh,
Right.
gorgeous. I love it. And I love these books that stand the test of time,
Oh
right?
my gosh. If perfect world, something I write, I don't know what it will be,
Stands
will
that
stand
test.
the test of time at
Yes.
least for a while. Look, I know it's unlikely, and that's also sobering. I
Right.
mean, there are people who won two Pulitzer Prizes who we don't read anymore, right? Someone
Right.
like a writer like Booth Tarkington, nobody even knows who he is anymore.
Oh, yeah.
So if I could have something stand the test of time, that would be amazing. But if
Oh.
not, there's always Charlotte's Web.
If not, there's always Charlotte's Web. Oh, I love it. Are your books in? Because that's where I go straight because my kids always want to be in the gift shops whenever we go anywhere.
Yes,
Um, are they in some of the gift shops at the memorials and things?
they are. It was really a thrill to go into the gift shop at Arlington and
And
see
see your
20th
own book
Season.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I have so many memories there, but my kids were so little. Like I remember my son was like 5 and we're walking through Arlington Cemetery and it's drizzly, just kind of gray and drizzly, but not downpouring.
Yeah.
And he is 100% convinced because of how big it is. He's 100% convinced we will never get out of there. We are going to die there because we just can't find our way out. And it was, I thought he was joking. And then I was like, oh, honey, we will. We'll, if we keep walking, the cemetery will end and we'll find our way out of here. Everything's okay. But he it was so overwhelming and so vast. Like, it's just,
My original draft for 21 Steps, which fortunately never saw the light of day.
oh,
I had a kid go to Arlington with his parents in a torrential downpour.
oh, yeah. I've been there those days too, because yeah, it just does that in DC. Like
I
all
know.
of a sudden it's like boom. And then, 15 minutes later, it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Well, I love that you write these books. I love that I had this opportunity to interview today, Jeff. Thank you for your work and making a meaningful impact on kids.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And one day, maybe you two can be an honor flight party.
Oh, it would be incredible.
It would be incredible.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much.
I hope that you enjoyed hearing about Honor Flight by Jeff Gottesfeld. If you like my podcast, BookHuddle, I'd really appreciate it. Could you take a second and go and rate and review BookHuddle? This really helps more people to be able to find my podcast. And now I hope you have an amazing week. Go read some amazing books.